You don't actually want freedom. You don't. Not for real. At least not the version you keep talking about. All right. People love saying, I just want to be free. I want no boss, no rules. I want to move how I want to move. All right. And I get it. That sounds amazing. Sounds great. Fantastic. Perfect. Oh my gosh. On paper at least, right? And then you actually get a little freedom, right? Then you actually get a little bit of freedom and be like, wait, why do I feel worse? Like, hold on now. Hold on. I thought this was supposed to be peaceful because if I'm being honest, when things got a little too open for me, I didn't feel free. I felt scattered. Too many options, no real structure, nobody telling me what I had to get done. And that sounds cool until it's Tuesday morning, right? Cold weather, birds chirping, sun is out. And then you realize nobody is coming to save your schedule. Nobody is making you lock in. Nobody is forcing discipline. It's just you and whatever habits you actually got, right? And sometimes it can become ugly, right? That's when I started looking at freedom differently. And weirdly, not really, but I noticed it in manga first. All right, manga brings up a lot of concepts actually, but like for example I'm gonna use is Eren Yeager, right? Eren, for people who haven't read or watched AOT, you should, but he's basically somebody who grew up trapped with walls around him. He was in a limited world. He had people telling him what he can't do. So automatically from the jump, his whole thing was freedom. That was his word of the day every day. It was his identity. He wanted to be the embodiment of freedom. And he just want to go outside for real. But yeah, he want to see what's outside, what's outside the walls. He want to move without being controlled. He want to break out of his shackles, of his cage that he felt that he was in. He was risking his life for it, basically. And I get it because when you're trapped, freedom sounds like heaven, right? It sounds like heaven. But the crazy part is the closer he gets to freedom, the heavier everything gets. I can't speak. The heavier everything gets, right? It gets worse. He gains more pressure. He gains more responsibility, more decisions nobody else can make for him. And that's the part people don't discuss. People don't talk about. He asked for that. So this isn't really about freedom per se. It's about responsibility. Responsibility. Because real freedom don't remove pressure, it transfers it. And most people don't want to be free. Actually, they want to be free, but they don't want freedom. They want relief. They want relief from work. They want relief from the different outside pressures that is placed upon them. Relief. They want relief from being told what to do, right? But relief and freedom are not the same thing. Freedom means it now, it's all on you, right? All of it. What works, what fails, what falls apart. You have no manager to blame, no system to point at, no schedule to carry. It's just you, ISO, top of the key, right? And now you gotta find out. You gotta find out if you're really built like that. That's why people say they want to quit their job. But what they really mean is, I'm tired. Life is hard. They don't want more freedom. They want less stress because building your own thing, that's not responsibility. It's more responsibility, in fact. Now you got to decide everything. You got to decide what to work on, when to work, how to stay consistent, how to keep going when nobody cares. And bro, it's not as cute as people are making it sound to be. Even myself, I had to check myself on that because I thought more control over time would automatically make me better. It did not. Spoiler alert. It exposed me. It gave me no structure, no rhythm, no real system, just vibes, just chilling. And vibes will have you looking crazy. Unfortunately, you'll be like, I'm free, but no, you're just unorganized, unplanned. So now I don't think the goal is pure freedom. I think the goal is better constraints, which sounds crazy to say. That sounds insane. But really though, like, because every life has rules. Business got rules, creativity has rules, relationships got rules, right? You don't escape structure. You choose which structure you will live inside. The absence of structure doesn't create freedom. It reveals, I can't speak. It reveals who you are without it. And I think that's the scary part because once nobody is forcing you to do anything, you find out what you actually value. Most people never choose their structure. They just fall into one and they just are placed into one just because life is life and they just adapt to it and then call it normal. Then when they get tired of it, they say they want freedom. But really, they never chose what they're willing to carry, right? They didn't choose this life. The life chose it. But so when somebody says, I just want to be free, right? I hear something a lot more different now. I just want a life where the pressure feels worth it. And that's real. Like I can't even hate. Like that's honest. Because freedom ain't no ain't no soft thing. Freedom is responsibility with no buffer. So I don't ask, how do I become free anymore? I ask, what am I willing to be responsible for every single day? Because eventually you find out what you actually wanted. It's either freedom or something to hold you together.